Yeah, it's just really a wonderful day. I just can't believe Kibbie's turning 100. I just can't believe that.
Meet my father, Archie Alonzo Wohlfahrt. He's a man of many interests and passions, but it's safe to say that the antique car hobby has consumed more of his time than any other. Ever since his adolescence, my dad has been obsessed with cars, and over the years, he's acquired quite a few ancient automobiles, including his prized 1915 Hudson. During the summer of 2007, my dad bought an unrestored 1908 Kiblinger from the estate of John Giorda Jr. Mr. Giorda purchased the buggy-style car in the late 20s, but passed away before ever getting a chance to fix it up to running condition. Interestingly, the car was featured in a 1954 article entitled Mr. Squirrel, which discussed the emerging phenomenon known as the antique car hobby. With the help of his friends, my dad transferred the Kiblinger from a dusty barn in San Antonio to another dusty barn on my grandmother's ranch outside of Bernie. Having made his purchase, my dad began seriously obsessing over his new car, going as far to name it Kibbie the Kiblinger. In the fall of 2008, he went one step further and decided to treat Kibbie to her very own 100th birthday party. I received an invitation and couldn't resist documenting the affair. About a week before the party, I went up to the family ranch with my dad to help him move Kibbie out of the barn she'd been resting so patiently in for over a year. At one point, my grandmother came out of her house to admire the car and all of its uniqueness.
Hi, Arch. I hope I live long enough to see you get this thing to run.
Even the cows seemed to appreciate the car. From a distance, that is. Needless to say, Kibbie seemed to appreciate the newfound attention and cooperated nicely with us as we drove her down to my parents' home in New Braunfels. The following Saturday, Kibbie's big day arrived. Her party was scheduled to start at 4:30, but I showed up much earlier to document my parents getting ready for the festivities. What are you doing right now?
I'm just getting everything ready for the party.
My dad spent a good part of the afternoon attempting to clean up our intensely cluttered game room.
You don't like doing dusting?
No.
I could use you to do a little dusting, though.
Not surprisingly, things were running way behind schedule, so I decided to help out with the cleanup. Meanwhile, my mom was slaving away in the kitchen, preparing the unnecessarily large quantities of party food. As the chaos-filled hours flew by, I realized that we still hadn't gotten Kibbie ready for her party. At my urging, my dad decided to wheel her outside into the sunlight.
Pat, we need to move the Kiblinger in place.
Well, I'm finishing dusting in here.
That is not important. The Kiblinger is. Kibbie, the birthday girl. Let's go now, Pat. No, we're gonna let it go down.
Oh, you wanted to go down?
The move proved a bit strenuous, and there were a few complications along the way.
Stop, you're breaking my plant. What's that?
Eventually, however, Kibbie made her way onto the patio, where she was given a good shine.
It's a really cheap car, but for as cheap as it is, it had a pretty neat looking body.
Then came the obligatory birthday balloons.
Birthday for the Kibbie.
While Kibbie sure looked nice in all her birthday get-up, we really couldn't stare for long. It was time for my dad to decorate her cake. You ever done this before?
Nope.
He planned to draw a profile of the Kiblinger, along with the phrase, "Happy 100th birthday, Kibbie." Frustrations arose when the icing didn't cooperate as anticipated.
This is pretty gooey icing too. It's not really good for this. Oh man, it's not good. Mom did not do a good job.
Fortunately, my dad was able to regroup and decided to throw out the tedious card design in favor of a simple birthday message. With less than half an hour to spare, the grill was prepared for the evening's main course, pork loin. As the charcoal began reaching its critical temperature, my parents rushed up to their bedroom to get dressed. "4:30 finally arrived, and the guests started showing up soon after.
Greetings.
Greetings, Art.
How are y'all doing?
Fine.
They couldn't seem to get over just how good Kibbie was looking.
Damn, does that thing look nice.
Doesn't it though?
Woo! You know, Archie, I think restoring this would be a mistake.
No, I'm not. I don't think I'm going to. No.
Because if everything else comes out like this body,
Yeah.
Got everybody?
Plenty of picture taking ensued, as did discussion about the car's strangely designed body.
and you can't get in and out of it. Look, it's almost like they put the fenders up and then they said, "Oh God,
Why
how are we
would you
gonna
do
get in
this? Yeah. Well, you can't get into this side at all. This would be a total
There's no
impossibility.
step. Oh yeah, there is a step.
1, 2, 3.
Once everybody had settled in and had a few drinks, dinner was served.
I love green beans.
There was plenty of delicious food to go around, and the pork loin turned out especially good. Later in the evening, everyone went down to the patio to usher Kibbie into a new century.
What up to sing a happy birthday? All right.
1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Kibbie. Happy birthday to you. And many more.
Okay, now you do a toast, Arch.
A toast? My toast is thanks to all of you guys that helped me move these cars about a year and about a quarter ago. I couldn't have done it without you. It was great. Thank you.
It was a pleasure.
Woo.
My dad ended up having to blow out the cake's sole candle after we realized that the car was physically incapable of doing so.
All right. Hey.
An unexpected evening shower prevented Kibbie from partaking in dessert,
I used to.
and towards the end of the party, she was rolled back into my parents' garage. As my dad and his friends gave the car a final look over, I began to wonder, where would the Kiblinger be in another 100 years? Would it be celebrating its 200th birthday? Such a thought seemed unimaginable. For the time being, I was simply happy to have been present for a most unique celebration, and I began to look forward to any future adventures Kibbie might bring my way.